Hello friends, this is Nachiket from Eleno. We are going to talk about human safety today, and we are specifically going to discuss application of this explicit dynamic simulation solvers. It can be OpenRadios, it can be LSDyna, it can be PAMCrash, it doesn't matter. What matters is human lives. So if you are trying to build your career and you want to find a purpose, okay, because if the career has no purpose, it's not going to last for a long time. So we are trying to find out relation between the tool application part and at the same time the purpose part, which is human safety. So the first great domain which we all use every day, or which we typically come across, is passenger vehicles. Okay, so every day we come across this particular product. It can be taxis, it can be your own personal car, it can be friend's car. Human safety in designing vehicle is at top. Now it is becoming more and more evident. So you have various regulatory standards which the vehicle needs to pass. It can be AIS, that is Automotive Industry Standard. It can be EC, that is Economic Commission of Europe. It can be FMVSS, which is Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards. It can be Japanese standards, it can be Chinese standards, and on top of it there will be the NCAP, which is like a Google review. I always give that analogy that it's a Google review. So what it means, it's not absolutely mandatory to do an NCAP test, but if you do it and if you showcase what star rating you are getting, it's going to attract more customers for sure. So people are doing, or the companies are actively getting involved into NCAP, and this new car assessment program, it can be global NCAP, it can be US NCAP, Euro NCAP, which is very stringent. Then you have Bharat NCAP, which is newly introduced, and it is on a path of becoming stringent over the course of time. So we have this entire domain of passenger vehicles being linked to human safety, because that's where we are interacting to the maximum. Then comes the next domain, which is commercial vehicles. So it can be buses, it can be railways. So these two are very important. Of course, aircrafts also go under this shock absorption and G loading kind of a tests on seats, but not to an extent to what a road going vehicle goes. So you have second domain, which is commercial vehicles. So as I mentioned, it's going to be buses, it's going to be small vans which are more than 9 seaters, 9+1 or 10+1, and then you have the railways part, which is in India it is going to be dominant player when it comes to mass transport. So I'm not talking about metros, because we really don't sit down in metro systems, but when it comes to long distance trains, yes, we have proper seating system available. Buses, of course, we may see that a 3-point seat belt getting introduced for passengers in near future. It's available as regulation at some places, but it will get introduced sometime in future with regards to the commercial vehicle as well. Next important domain is first two, as we discussed, passenger vehicle, commercial vehicles. Next important domain is the construction equipments and mining equipment. So they are literally the workforce who are building the nation, and they are continuously on road, they are continuously working in harsh environments, and there is a regulation called ROPS, that is rollover protection system, and there is FOPS, which is falling object protection system. So what we are going to see is it can be, let's say, an earth moving equipment, excavator, or it can be a multi-point tool like what we typically call in layman's term is JCB. So these guys are, as I mentioned, they are working in harsh environment, and there are chances that they may face a hazardous accident kind of a situation where something is falling from top and the occupants must be taken care by the passive safety devices or the roll cages or the roofs and etc. So these three extremely important domains need human safety to be considered while you are actually designing a product, designing a vehicle. So you cannot simply ignore that you are just doing it for sake of doing it. It's not just going to be functional, it will be always related to the occupant part. Now first three domains we discussed, passenger vehicles, second, you are right, it is commercial vehicles, and third one is the earth moving equipments or construction machinery, even forklifts. For example, in industry you are having forklifts, so the material handling equipments also come under this particular category. And the fourth important domain is defense. Now the shock loads which are generated due to blast or due to the penetration of a bullet, these are going to be the loads which are supposed to be absorbed by the structure. We are not talking about active safety right now, we are mostly talking about the structural design aspect of it. So when it comes to blast protection, the mine protected vehicles will have a V-shape hull, they will have a thick sheet of steel, they may have floating floors, they will have seats which are mounted either on sidewall or they are mounted from or hanging from top and they are not connected to floor at all in case of mine protected vehicles. Then you have tanks, you have multiple different ejection seats in aircraft. So when it comes to defense, it's going to be more like land systems and the air system, which is very limited to helicopter seats and the ejection seats. So these four important core areas, if you consider, where the entire human safety aspect is being highlighted in multiple different ways. Okay, so it's not just about in event of accident you may be stationary, but somebody is going to have something falling on top of that floor if it is a working machinery or let's say it's a earth moving equipment, or it can be a blast situation when it comes to this defense applications, or it can be helicopter seats where they need to mitigate the impact if it is a crash landing. Typically helicopters don't fall like rock. When there is an engine failure, there is rotor which can be treated as a wing and you can still safely land, but it's not going to be easy landing and there will be an impact. So that impact needs to be absorbed by the seat and then the passenger will be safe as far as the spine injuries and other neck injuries are concerned. So this is one part. The second part is ejection seats, where there is going to be tremendous amount of G load. So that needs to be understood, calculated, and it needs to be it needs to be pre-calculated. You cannot just say that okay, I will build something and then I will do modifications. It's not possible. So I just wanted to focus on these four areas. I would really like to know your thoughts and this kind of a long format video ideas. If you have anything in your mind, please comment in the comment box below. And I highly recommend you guys to subscribe Eleno's YouTube channel, Eleno Engineering Learning Center, and share as much as possible to those who are enthusiasts, mechanical engineers, automobile engineers, those who are really interested in safety aspect. And see you soon. Bye.